What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy, CamATL, and welcome back to another NFL video with your boy. Drop a like down below, comment anything in the comment section, enter your name into that $50 giveaway I do every single week on this channel. Thank you guys for joining me as always. The winner of last week's giveaway is Charlie Shakur. Charlie Shakur, congratulations. Hit me up on Twitter at cam_ATL to give me your information so I can send that money over to you. Appreciate you for watching. Appreciate you for commenting. Appreciate you for liking. Appreciate everybody for being involved in the videos last week. It's still week 2 right now. We have 2 different Monday night showdowns. We have a 2-game main slate. I'm not going to do a video for that. But I am going to do a video for each of these showdown games, okay? At greenlightdfs.com, we will be providing for the 2-game main slate and then each showdown slate as well. So let's get straight into it. I'm not going to keep up too much of your time. This game right here is the least exciting one of the two. When it comes to competitiveness, I think that, honestly, you guys know the strategy when it comes to showdowns. Predict what you expect the game script to be. Now, sometimes that game script can be off, but this one, I don't expect that to really be the case. I think Buffalo gets up here at home in Buffalo, and, Tennessee's playing from behind. So, with that in mind, let's go ahead and talk about the options for this showdown slate. Now, there are some value options that are decent in my opinion, so I haven't had any struggles with spending up at my captain. Josh Allen, plain and simple, is the best player in this game, and it's not close. Okay, when it comes to overall total points, Josh Allen will be the top scorer of the night. Plug him into your captain and make everything else work. Plain and simple. He's got the upside where he could absolutely destroy you here with his rushing ability, with the fact that he's just gonna do whatever he wants in this matchup. I think Josh Allen is a fantastic captain option. Now, because of the blowout possibilities and what we're expecting it to be, we're expecting Buffalo to be up big. You could see some more of the run. Buffalo just, they're just not one of those teams that really, I don't see them letting off the gas much. So I'm not worried about Josh Allen at the captain spot. I think, like I said, I think he's going to be the top overall scorer. If you want to be sneaky and say, you know what, Tennessee's going to be behind all game, let me go a Ryan Tannehill or a Robert Woods or one of these receivers for Tennessee. The problem is I just don't know how much success Tennessee's going to have, if any. We saw how much the Rams struggled, okay, and they've got some weapons on offense, and they struggled. This Buffalo defense is legit. Best defense in the league. They are legit. They're at home in Buffalo now. First home game of the season. It's just going to be ugly for Tennessee. So, really, the game plan here is Josh Allen has the best play you could possibly imagine. And then, honestly, um, let's just continue. So, obviously, I love Stephon, all these guys, but we're going to have to save money. So, let's talk some value. I like Robert Woods at 6'6". The game script's going to be all over Robert Woods with them playing from behind. Expect Robert Woods to get good involvement in this game. A lot of garbage time, stuff like that. Um, Now, other guys I want to talk about. Kyle Phillips. Kyle Phillips is a guy to keep an eye on. I believe he's questionable, but at 5K, he's a fantastic option in this game. At only 5K, he should be getting a good amount of targets. Last person Buffalo is really going to be worried too much about is Kyle Phillips. I think that obviously the main focus is Derrick Henry for this Buffalo defense. And honestly, I think they come in and just focus on shutting down Henry. It's hard for me to fathom even playing Henry in this game because the game script is so off. But I'm going to talk about some other things. But anyway, for Tennessee, some value options. All right, let's talk about Swaim. Jeff Swaim at 3K. Swaim got a red zone target last week. He's only 3K. Expect him to continue getting some red zone looks if Tennessee can get in the red zone. Jeff Swaim is a solid value. Playing from behind should be a guy that should get some involvement for sure. Hassan Haskins is a very sneaky value in my opinion for me. He's 1.2K. He's going to see extra run with Hilliard out. He's the only other back in this offense to see offensive snaps week 1. Trenton Cannon is a pass catching back in what should be a blowout, who's interesting value as well. Cannon's 200. So Trenton Cannon in GPPs for sure is very interesting to me. With Hilliard being out for Tennessee, you're going to see more pass catching opportunities for Derrick Henry. which makes me like Derrick Henry still. I still like Derrick Henry. I think if you can get him in, you should, because he will get involvement in the pass game, and he is all they have in the red zone pretty much. I mean, he's going to get the majority of the red zone looks. If they get in the red zone, he's going to get the dump offs. He's going to get carries, a ton of carries in the red zone. Like he's their main focus to get in that in the end zone. The only problem that I am seeing and that I worry about is that this Buffalo's defense is already just super stout. Coming into this game, there's really no one to worry about outside of Derrick Henry. So if Buffalo comes in already being an amazing defense at home in Buffalo, putting up points, they're ahead. Already that takes away from a lot of carries from Derrick Henry. I still think Henry gets his. He'll probably get 18 plus carries still, just because he is the Tennessee offense. But the problem is Buffalo knows that as well. Could Derrick Henry break a few and get in the end zone? Absolutely. That's why I'm not taking him out of the player pool, and I think he's still in play if you have the money. Then sure, because he is Tennessee's offense. And like I said, with Hilliard out, Derrick Henry will see some involvement in the pass game more often than we're used to seeing him. Okay, but the value plays, obviously, like I said before, I mentioned a couple guys. Robert Woods in the pass game for Tennessee is interesting to me. Kyle Phillips is interesting to me at 5K. And then you've got those value running backs. Hassan Haskins is going to see some more run. Like I said, he's the only other running back on Tennessee who saw any snaps. All right, another guy who's interesting, Trenton Cannon. I don't believe he got any run in week one, but he was active, and he is a pass catching back that could really do damage in this one with them being far behind. So I'm going to put him in as like a sneaky play this week for this slate. Just because you know what? It's a showdown, it's a blowout situation ginormously. And for GPPs, if a guy like Trenton Cannon can get in the end zone for you, I think you're sitting pretty. And like I said, Trenton Cannon is a pass catching back. I think with Hilliard out, Trenton Cannon is really going to be used heavily. Hassan Haskins is the other guy that I was saying that was the only guy who got some offensive snaps, but Haskins is more of a between the tackles power back. You know what I mean? So Trenton Cannon should be the guy who gets passes. He should be. And that's why I want to put Cannon in the core plays of this slate, because at 200 he just makes so much happen. And in a game like this where the game is just going to get out of hand, you need some sneaky stuff like this. Okay, because Buffalo's defense is so good, a guy like this could really sneak into the end zone. All right, so I just wanted to mention him. Julius Chestnut might get some run. He was inactive for week one, though, so I'm not exactly sure. Trenton Cannon was at least active. All right, so Trenton Cannon's my guy that I want to mention and I'm leaning on. I think my gut is just like, yeah, that's a solid option. Another cheap value is Jeff Swaim. Honestly, when it comes to the run back side of this game, I mean, I think you take Tennessee value and you get the Buffalo studs you think get in the end zone. You know what I mean? So, Josh Allen paired with Stephon Diggs, his main dog. You've got Gabe Davis limping. Okay, he's got a little bit of an injury issue going on. We don't even know at this moment if he plays or not. So no matter what, Stephon Diggs is my guy. I want to pair him up with Josh Allen, and I want Tennessee value to run back. If you can, go ahead and get Derrick Henry. Like I said, a lot of people might shy away because this game script does not seem to favor Henry, but Henry will see more involvement in the pass game with Hilliard out. So you're going to see Derrick Henry involved in the pass game more than you normally will see him. All right. Plus, I mean, out of anybody on this slate, Derrick Henry's got some good touchdown probability as well. And at the end of the day, if he breaks a long run or gets in the end zone a couple times here and has a big game against Buffalo, which you wouldn't expect, but on these showdowns, what you wouldn't expect is what normally happens. You know what I'm saying? So you got to get different somewhere. And if people are going to be off of Derrick Henry, I'm down to get him. Because, like I said, out of anybody on Tennessee, he is their offense. They're going to find a way to get the ball in his hands. And, yeah, so he's going to get a lot of usage in the beginning of the game, especially. I think Tennessee, when they get the ball there, they need to really run that clock down and try to pound the ball as much as they possibly can. The only down part is Buffalo knows that as well, and Buffalo's defense is so damn good. So, cheap Tennessee receiver options. That's what you want on the Tennessee side. You can play Tannehill for sure at 9-2. That's fine, but Robert Woods, um, Kyle Phillips, um, Austin Hooper, Swaim, like Haskins. These cheap Tennessee guys are really what I'm looking for. I'm looking for Buffalo studs. I want the Buffalo guys who are going to get in the end zone. I want some cheap Tennessee on the other side who are going to get some garbage time runs. So Derrick Henry and then the Tennessee values, pretty much my strategy for this slate. All right. If Gabe Davis ends up being out, I like Stephon Diggs even more. That's also going to bump up Isaiah McKenzie a ton. That's also going to bump up some other guys. What was his name? That's going to bump up Jake Kumaro, Khalil Shakir, both of those guys. All right. So that's about it, man. When it comes to this game, it's one of those games where it's not going to be very interesting, I don't believe. Like, this isn't the game. If I have to choose a game to watch, I'd prefer to watch the Philly one. And I'm about to make that video right after this one. So if you're watching this video, stay tuned for the Philly video. That should be coming up next. Just check back on my channel and you should see that one. All right? Let's get this money, y'all. GreenlightDFS.com. Join the squad. Let's get it. I'm out.